Hello, everyone. I'm 𝙤𝙗𝙀𝙗𝙀𝙗𝙀, founder and MD of Prerna Advisory here in South Africa.
Hi, I'm 𝙥𝙗𝙀𝙗𝙀𝙗𝙀, the founder of a leadership development platform, Corporate Diva, based out of India.
Corporate Diva and Prerna Advisory came together earlier this year to bring forth a leadership development collaboration across continents, across geographies and backgrounds. And on that basis, we decided to call it Unity in Diversity, a forward thinking program that would actually bring Ubuntu philosophy into the mold. And we decided that leadership development in this VUCA environment actually needs to bring something that's human centric and a little bit different. And I must say, in the build up to us launching the UID program, we've gotten such beautiful feedback from all of you potential participants and UID change makers. And as part of that process, you've also told us about some of the deep difficulties you're experiencing as well. Whether it's from time pressure, stress, overwhelm, these are all things that are affecting you at the moment. And on that basis, Deepika and I actually decided that it would be an intentional piece of listening, support, and caring that we would bring about. Because ultimately, potential UID change makers, we want this to be a relational sort of transaction with you, not just something that's going to be about leadership development as well. So, bringing the Ubuntu philosophy into practice, we decided to take a conscious pause on what we were doing. And Deepika, I know you're quite excited to explain what that is and what that's going to look like for our viewers. So, tell us more about what that is.
Absolutely, Aarti. And thanks for explaining the entire ethos of the program. I honestly salute all the people who reached out to us with their vulnerabilities, with their feedbacks, with their suggestions, and needing support. So, therefore, they asked for support. How could we deny it?
Exactly.
Leadership, as they say, also can mean the hustle bustle of life and managing just so many things around and all of that. But I think when you talk about conscious pause, it is a time to step back, take a breath, reflect upon what the current scenario is. And let's face it, no matter in varying degrees the impact, but we're all going through an era of a global pandemic. So the conscious pause was to let all those who really wanted to be a part of this program take a step back and reflect upon and manage their current times and recircle back as we push the date of the launch of the UID program to September. Now, in the interim, as Aarti mentioned, that we didn't want to just have this as a transactional leadership program. We're a lot to do with humane leadership. And for that, we assessed the need for healing.
Yes.
And therefore, together as a team, we've come forth and brought in experts from various dimensions who bring forth various perspectives and techniques for healing. Therefore, the healing practices are going to be something that would be really, really valuable at the time when you need it most. And of course, we connect for the UID program post the series of the Healing Touch to Leadership is over. Aarti, would you like to add something to that?
I think it's a fantastic initiative, Deepika, that we're putting together. And, you know, for all of our potential participants, it's going to be so conveniently accessible to you. We will flight it as YouTube videos, but it will be accessible on all your social media channels. So at your convenience, and when you've got the time and availability to actually download it, no pressure, go and make use of these resources. Because as Deepika said, we're all about healing and support at this stage, which is what I think everyone is needing at this point in time.
True. And as I said earlier, that we assess there is a need for healing. So we've curated the healing touch of leadership. And as Aarti mentioned, that it's going to be available free access to almost anybody across the globe. We've literally given out our intent to be partners in healing during tough times on an accessible platform and literally out to the universe. So go ahead, leverage what we are about to bring forth. And of course, after a few times, this too shall pass, and we will reunite real soon in the month of September for the UID master sessions.
Wonderful.
there.
Come and join us on that healing journey. We look forward to seeing you there.
And I know I can't see you, but with my virtual googles, I can hear you. I can, give yourself a bit of a wave and a bit of a thumbs up and see that, you're all feeling good, right? And we just give it a bit of a shake. This is kind of, just to pump the energy going in our body, because when we pump that energy, we release happy hormones, right? And when we have happy hormones, what happened? Well, we feel good. And then what happened? Well, you want to feel good more again and again and again. And this is what today is all about. How can we really feel good in ourselves and be the person that we really want to be, so we can share, we can be good with other people around us, and we can really make sure that we inside give the best of our customer service to people around us. Isn't it just an amazing thing? Yes, it is. It is really super important to actually realize how we can be doing that. And you may have heard a few things from me over the last few weeks, a few months. I really think that we are entering into a new era. We are, and we all need to evolve into a higher phase of higher consciousness, where we're becoming accountable for ourselves first. And when we realize that we need to put that mask in front of our face before we can help everybody else around. So let's become accountable for our health, our well-being, and then we can become accountable for our people and for our customers. This is really kind of key to understand. And to understand, not everybody know that our environment actually affect us. Yes, it affects our state of being. Environment psychology researchers have shown that our environment has a direct correlation with our state of being, the way we feel, the way we think, and the way we behave. So once we understand that, it makes us realize that, I really want to have an environment who's going to support me, where I'm going to feel good, where I can really be creative and be the best that I can be. So, but how do you do that? We all have needs. And I don't know if any of you have heard of the Maslow pyramid. The Maslow pyramid was kind of developed around 1940s. And this was from Mr. Maslow. Yes, that was it was an easy one to know who it was from, right? And Maslow pyramid tells us that we all have need, and for us to live a thriving, fulfilling life, we need to meet those needs. And as you are also working with other people, you need to realize those needs so you can understand why they would move to the next level. So if you have employees, if you have teams working with you, our first survival needs is food, air, water, right? Just as simple as that. If we haven't got any of those three, we can't survive. So our first need is to meet and to be able to eat every day, drink and breathe. Once we do that, we go to the next level. And the next level is all about safety, shelter, feeling safe. And this is what happened, when, back in a prehistorical time, you used to be in tribes, so you can look after each other. Some of them were sleeping, some of them were guarding, so they could feel at night that they could sleep, knowing that they were not going to get eaten. That's a good thing, right? Not get killed in the middle of the night. We all want that. So once we reach that point of safetyness and security, feeling good in our environment, we move to the next level. And the next level is that love and belonging. And this is something that has been absolutely crucial over the pandemic. We all realize how much we're missing belonging, being part of something, and really sharing that love. You know, me French girls, I kiss everybody. I've not been able to kiss anyone for months. And we need to be able to create an environment where people feel that they belong, they have the same values, they really are part of this team that gonna take them, inspire them, and take them towards that mission. Creating that environment in an organization is crucial, because the more you can inspire, the more you can take people with you, the more they will want to continue their journey. They will be loyal. They will give you everything that they want, they can, because they really feel part of that family. The next level is esteem and feeling of accomplishment. You know, when you do something right, that little pat in the back, it's really important. Give yourself a pat in the back. How many times do we do something and we've got good wins, we've got small wins, we've got things that go right, and what we do, we just carry on in that little rabbit? No, let's pause, let's stop, let's realize how much and what we're doing is actually making us feel good. We've accomplished something, and that takes us to the next level. And the next level is really achieving your full potential. Really realizing that you have a fulfilling life, you have creating harmony, you have a great work-life balance, you are able to really be very happy in your skin, with others, in your job. Isn't it just beautiful feeling? Oh, I love that feeling, being in the flow, right? That's not an easy thing to do, is it? And so there are things that you could be doing to actually creating that flow and being in better flow in your own life, right? And this is something that I've created. Most of you know me from my customer experience background. So the last 12 years I've been doing, customer experience, employee experience, anything to do with training or touch points, all those things to help the businesses deliver amazing customer experiences. But when you think about it, you need to realize, if we realize that our environment affect our people, and our people will affect our customer experience, this is where the trick of discovery and creating a new method called Bishui. So Bishui is this new program. This is Bishui. Let me introduce you to Thriving You, Thriving Organization. If you're looking at yourself as a person, I'd like you to think about your physical environment, how this affects you. Then you're looking at your personal state of being. So if you feel good with your outer energy, you will feel good in your inner energy. You will need to, you can feel, think, and behave in a positive way. And when this happens, you will have great communications. You will work with your team so well and deliver amazing customer experiences. So what I'd like you to start thinking is, how can you put this into your space and your business right now? Shall we take a look at this? Yes, I think we should. And so the way to actually be able to do that, the first thing that I'd like you to think and realize is your business and your state of being is actually connected to everything that you do. The way you feel. We have two sides of our brain in a very simple way, right? We have that right brain, which is all the emotions, is the thinking, is the connecting, is the subconscious. And we've got our left brain, and our left brain is the conscious brain. It's the time to do, is the analytic, it's let's go, let's the action, it's the taking action. And we're always moving from one to the other. So when we realize that, we need to be able to connect with our people on an emotional level. 95% of our purchase decision is made through the subconscious. Oh yes, let me tell you a little story. A few months ago, before the pandemic, I went to a garden center. I had to buy some pot plant. Really, it was a very short time and I just had to go and buy it. My left brain was kicking in. My neocortex brain was telling me, yes, go and buy your plants. You've only got a short time to do it. I walked through the shop and to the right, what did I see? The 𝙥𝙤𝙖𝙘𝙩𝙪 sign. The 𝙥𝙤𝙘𝙪 sign. Yes, they got me. My right brain kicked in. They connected with me on an emotional level and they told me my subconscious had to go and see what was happening in a sales opportunity. This is what happened with marketing. When marketers do, they connect with you on that emotional level so they can get you to buy more, they can get you to be more loyal and to actually start, becoming fans of their brand. So the first step, there are 3 steps to really creating a fabulous environment and delivering amazing customer experience, being productive, increasing your customer loyalty. First one is you need your physical environment. So we talked about it, and I'd like you to kind of think about it and have a look around you, right? What have you got on your desk, right? If you want to put it in the chat, what have you got on your desk at this moment in time? Do you have cups? Do you have sandwich wrappers? Do you have papers, telephones? Do you have, what else do you have in there? Is your desk a bit of a mess? Or actually, yes, I can see a lot of paperwork. Okay. How does that actually connect with you or disconnect with you? Our energy is everywhere. And this is one of the first principles in Feng Shui. Feng Shui is energy. And the first is Qi, right? Qi is called prana in India, and it's called Ki in Japan, and it's called Anke in Egypt. It's nothing new there. We have energy everywhere. My arms, the Zoom, everything around us is energy. And to create harmony and to feel good in yourself and to be productive, you need to have great energy around you. You need to bring that flow and let the energy move. Clutter, stop the energy moving. So we need to get into a habit to actually declutter regularly. Do you think you could do that? I'm giving you a challenge. My challenge for you today is 9 minutes. Is 9 minutes a lot? No, 9 minutes is nothing, right? You put it in your diary, 9 minutes. I would like you to declutter for 9 minutes during 9 days. That's easy, right? You could be doing a drawer one day. You could be doing a filing cabinet the next day. You could be doing your desktop or your phones. How many apps have you got on your phone that you are never using? And the more clutter you have, the slower things are going to be. Declutter your room, your space, so you can bring new opportunities in your environment, bring new opportunities in your business. That filing cabinet with all clients that you haven't seen for years, declutter it. Let the space for other clients to come and join the party. Okay, so think about this. What is the environment? How does it affect you? Declutter, make sure that you have. Another principles of Feng Shui is the Yin Yang Yang. Okay, the little towers that is up here, the little towers, and it's what we talked about, the right brain and the left brain. The Yin energy, it's all the emotions, it's all the dreaming, it's all the calm, it's recharging our batteries. And the Yang energy is the doing, is the acting, right? And we all move from one to the other. We can't be consistently in the Yang energy because we'll be going crazy, right? Too much energy would be crazy. And you just can't be in a Yin energy all the time neither, because then you'd be sleeping on your sofa all day long, never doing anything. Realize what is happening in your environment and realize that Yin and Yang energy as well. Do you have perhaps too much energy in your office, maybe you need to calm things down a bit. There are different rooms, different things. If you're in your bedroom, for example, your bedroom, you may want to keep it low energy. You want to have rest. You want to be able to sleep, right? This is your sanctuary where you recharge your battery. Whereas perhaps your kitchen, you will want more fire, more energy, because that's where people eat and nurture their family. This is where people, chat together and get back together as a family. So your energy within your environment needs to be a bit of yin and a bit of yang. There's always a balance to it, right? Look at what's the space that you have around you and how can you perhaps add a little bit of yang or add a little bit of yin, depending on where you are. Another principle, my third principles of Feng Shui, is the 5 elements. The Chinese knew it. They couldn't sleep outside. They had, to build human-made houses, otherwise they would get killed at night, right? But they wanted to bring nature in, to create a harmonious, productive environment who's going to support you. Bring nature outside, inside. This is really super important. There's 5 elements. The first one is water. The water feeds the wood. Wood feeds fire. Fire feeds earth. Earth feeds metal. And metal feeds water. That's simple, right? Or is it? Well, it is that simple. You could, for example, just have a little pot plant around you. You have water down below. You have the beautiful plant here. You have the earth in the middle. My pot plant is red and it's also metal. In one little pot plant, you can actually have your 5 elements within your environment. Put this on your desk. Take it with you if you're hot desking somewhere. Really kind of looking at your environment and ensure that you have some of those 5 elements within. So the yin and yang is there, the 5 elements in there. Can you feel the energy changing already by just creating better harmony with bringing the nature in you? Okay, now I'm going to give you some juicy secrets. Some shui moves, right? Something very simple, but that I see everywhere. And it's probably the most important things when you're working from home that I see happening. Have you ever seen a Fortune 500 CEO with his face against the wall? You haven't, have you? No, of course. The CEO is in his desk, is in his office. He's got a bigger office in the whole organization, and he can see everything that's going on. And this is called a commanding position. I'd like you to really look at your environment, how you're working, and move your desk around. So your desk needs to be in a position where you can see people coming from the door, and then you've got in front of you the opportunities arising. Again, the Chinese were building their houses with the mountains at the back. So we want a nice big wall surrounding your back, protecting your back. And then at the front, they had the lake or the plain, the fields. And on the side, they had a little protections from the wind. So do that. Turn your desk around so you can really feel in that position. The second reason why we do that as well is our body is here to protect us. All day long, this is the main thing that our subconscious is doing, is protecting us from dying, right? It's pretty cool, really, isn't it? Well, when you actually have got your back and the door is at the back, you can't see who's coming. So your body subconsciously will always kind of move around because they won't know if somebody's coming behind you. So think about this. And this is valid for your desk, but it's also valid for your bed. It's valid for your sofa as well. Anywhere that you want to sit in a position where you see people coming in and your body doesn't have to protect you. You will feel your body so much more relaxed. It's incredible once you start shifting that energy. Another way to shift the energy so you can really improve your creativity, your productivity, is using your five senses, right? The five senses, neuroscientists across the world have shown that our five senses is a direct driver to our emotions. So, what can you see? What can you smell? What can you hear? What can you touch? What can you feel? Let's use your five senses in your office. Go outside of your office and then walk at the door and start looking at your office in a different manner. Perhaps you may want to have some little essential oils diffusing. Perhaps you may want to have a bit of music in the background. Perhaps you may want to have some inspiring photos or pictures on your wall to inspire you. Maybe a vision board even. That would be pretty cool. Every time you walk in your office, you can see the vision. You're inspired. You will make it happen. Use your five senses to really create and connect on that emotional level. Very, very powerful. So this is tips for you, for your environment. Now I'd like to give you tips for yourself, for your state of being, which is the number 2 principle in Bishui. And for yourself, some really important tips to really thrive as a performer, be a peak performer. Those are practices for you to do on a daily basis. Create morning practices, morning and evening practices. In the morning, don't just get up and go, right? Take that time, take a few minutes to think, what is the day going to be like? Who do I want? How do I want to feel today? What do I want to be today? What color perhaps I'm going to wear? Maybe it's going to be a power day, so you're going to wear some red colors. Maybe you want to be a bit more serious and you're going to be wearing a bit of a blue shirt on top, to look a little bit more serious. Do you do a bit of mindfulness? Do you take that time to visualize your day? Be in that positive mode where you really kind of bringing everything that you're going to be doing, you doubling up, you're visualizing it, and then you are doing it during the day. Very important to create your peak performance practices. In the evening is the same. We've had so much changes in our environment. People working, everybody working from home. You may have been working from the end of a bed or kitchen table. Use that time at the end to close your day. Claim your space. Make sure that you're closing your day. You're closing your computer. You're putting all your stuff into a box if you haven't got an office. This will really help you to break that day and work balance, right? If you're creating those little habits, you will really see the difference in yourself. Create that work-life balance so you can move forward. Also, we were talking earlier about gratitude. Perhaps start a gratitude journal. Sometimes we forget to be grateful for those little things that we do every day. So just one thing, two things, three things. Revisualize your day. What good things have happened and what can you be grateful for? And when you're doing that, your outer energy feels good, your inner energy is good, you're going to give great, amazing customer experience. You're going to work with your team. You're going to have energized communications. And this is the way that you want to be, in that flow of that energy where everything comes in easily because you're in the flow, right? You feel it. Things are going right. Things are going positively. And your customers, they will love you for it. They will be loyal. They will recommend you to their friends and family. Oh, yes, they will buy from you again and again and again. It is just as simple as that. It is. But there's only one thing. What if, you looked at me today and say, "Oh, Claire, yeah, it's all right what you just said." What if you go back in your workplace now or your home and you change one thing that you can change to shift that energy, move something around and start feeling that energy moving, create a better harmony so you can feel better in yourself, you can strive in your business, increase your profitability, be the change you wish to see in the world. I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. And what I will do also is I will put in a chat a little survey that I created. It's called a home office productivity survey, and you'll be able to click on it and actually looking at your office, think about it, answer the questions. This will start really kicking in after this, watching this, to see how you can be more productive in your office and how can you make your office be working for you, not the other way around. Thank